everyone, and welcome, boys, and good having you here. I'm making something else. You already know what it is, right? Because you're here watching the video. But I don't know what it is yet. No, I do. I'm going to be doing this with the heat transfer method. I'm using hot lye water, and I'm pouring it on my 100% coconut oil. That's all the oil that's in this recipe is coconut, because this is going to be a dishwashing soap. So we're actually going to let that heat from the lye water, and yes, I said water, not goat milk, because in this instance, there is no goat milk. Goat milk, while it's lovely for the body, in dish soap, not so great. Your dishes do not need the benefits of goat milk, but the benefits of the coconut oil soap is a very sudsy, very cleansing, zero super fatted, just as I did with the dishwashing soap, the laundry soap. This will be only coconut oil, and as I stated, it is not super fatted. All super fatting means, if you don't know, is adding more oil than the lye can saponify. That is called a super fat, and what that means is that oil that does not get turned into soap remains oil in the soap, which is nice on the body because it helps leave your skin not feeling stripped, and it just feels great, right? But you don't want your dishes with oil or any residue left on them, unlike the what we want on our bodies. All right, so I threw some rather big, these look like glaciers, don't they? Some big chunks in here, so it's going to take a little bit longer for it to melt, but it's already more than half melted. And no, I don't have gloves on, but this is a rather deep bucket, and I'm not concerned about it. I feel very safe. I do have my goggles on, and I have long sleeves on, although much of the time I pull them up a little bit. All right, so let me go ahead and get this the rest of the way melted, and then we'll get to putting our soap together. Now, as far as essential oils, because this is for dishes, we want some essential oils that are known for helping to cut grease, but also gentle on the hands. We don't want anything harsh. These are citrus oils. This is lime, well, not lime yet. Actually, I'll tell you why I haven't added the lime yet, but this is lemon. There is sweet orange and blood orange here. And I also have some lime essential oil. And I haven't mixed it yet because I wanted to talk to you about it. This particular lime essential oil is from Camden Gray. I really enjoy some of their essential oils very much. And I like this as well. I need to watch my measurement mark here, one moment. Here is my only issue with it. It's green, and you can see it already starting to darken. Hang on, let me pour it up to the line. There we go. And you can see that really darkened our essential oil mix, and that's fine if you're going for a green soap or something along those lines. That was my concern anyway. That's why I want to explain this to you. I was so afraid that it would color my soap, but the good news is it did not. So the greenish color of the lime essential oil from Camden Gray, I'm happy to say, does not. Now, why am I getting it from them now? I get a lot of my essential oils from a family member who works at a distillery. I've had this discussion with you all before, but there's some that I can't get from them. There are actually only 2 or 3 that I get from them, and the rest I have to source out. And Some places have better essential oils than others. Some have a specific essential oil better than someone else. A prime example is with lavender essential oil. I have smelled essential oils from Amazon folks that sell it, different makers. I've smelled it from Brambleberry. I have smelled essential oil from Wholesale Supplies, lavender from Piping Rock, and from the person that I get a lot of my other essential oils from, and from Camden Gray. Brambleberry is my favorite place to get lavender essential oil. They have, I believe, the best lavender essential oil. I don't care for necessarily all of their essential oils, a few of them. It is a personal choice, and each of you have to make that choice for yourself. You have to decide what's the best value for you. You know, what do you want to spend money on? Because you have to add a lot. People, I think, tend to think because when they buy essential oils, a lot of times they come in those small dropper bottles from a few of those multi-level marketing companies, that they don't have to use very much. Well, you do. I mean, this is about 200 milliliters here that I'll be adding. So you do have to take those things into consideration. The cost, you know, what's it going to cost you to buy essential oils and how much you have to use. That's how you determine what you make and how much you make. That's decisions we all have to make, me included. I've been fortunate. I've been very, very fortunate over the past year. People have bought my products, so I'm able to put that money back into essential oils and butters and those sort of things. And I'm so very grateful to each of you. And I'm not saying you people watching YouTube that you have to buy anything from me. As a matter of fact, anyone you buy, I do suggest you buy homemade soap, but I'm happy if you buy it from anyone. But I'm just saying that I have benefited greatly from those people that have made those purchases. Benefited in as much as I can make more. That's where my joy comes from. So I'm going to go ahead and get this melted, and then we'll get to moving forward here. All right, so they're now all, I think, so one little piece still floating around there. I think it melted finally. There it is. See it? One little tiny piece. But it just, hold on. Let me check the overall temperature here. We're at 107, so that should be melting any second now. It's just the last hanger on. Sometimes just stirring it a bit more. I just don't want any piece left, so let me just crush it there against the side a bit. It'll mix in a little better. There we go. Good, let's get the stick blender on this now. Now you may wonder, why would I be making that? What am I making here exactly, or why am I making it? To cut down on plastic. This isn't done yet. I'm just setting it aside for a moment. I want to get my containers ready. And that's not dirt in the bottom. These have little speckles in them. This is solid dish soap is becoming more popular, and I'm so happy about that for several different reasons. It's better for the environment because, well, there are no plastic bottles. There's nothing to throw away. These are ceramic and they are refillable. Matter of fact, I'll be selling refills, or you can refill them with any other solid soap that you might purchase. All right. So now what I'm going to do is give this one more little mix here. It smells wonderful. And it is thickening up because, like I said, it's 100% coconut oil and it's a little cold here. So I need to get this going. So I'm going to pour that into a different container. So I want to get it into our containers as quickly as possible. All right. Those citrus oils are just wonderful. Oh, they smell delicious. Now, as you may know, citrus essential oils don't hold up as well in cold processed soap. The fragrance, but the effectiveness in a soap like this for cutting grease, for helping to remove odors from pots, pans, dishes, is just as effective, no matter how strong the fragrance may be. So while this may not be one of my finest moments washing dishes, I just wanted to give you a general idea of how it works and how much suds you can get from such a small amount of soap. That is one of the things that is so tremendous about coconut oil when used in this way, is that you saw how much I put on the brush. Now, I had already started, I'd already actually washed off the large plate before I started filming because it had some muck on it that was unattractive. I had actually a dish earlier and had dinner, made a rather nice dinner for myself and decided to put it on my, these aren't my everyday dishes. They're not especially fancy dishes either. They're a set that I'd bought for Christmas many years ago. I've got like a set of 12 of all the different stuff. Anyway, I don't know why I'm going over that. That doesn't really matter. And I thought it would, because it's white, I thought it would show up better in the film. So that's why I chose to wash these in particular. But as you can see, here, let me try to rinse off a little bit here. A little water on there. But you can see this suds up very nice. Now, it's going to be different than like a man's shaving cream. It's not like that. It's not meant to be. But it is perfect for doing dishes. And I washed earlier today, like 12 different dishes, and only had to add suds to this a single time. So it is, I think, a very efficient way. I think it works really well. I think that it does the job. I really like these little brushes. They're strong, but they're not too bad. I'm using them on these, which have this gold foil stuff on them, and it doesn't scratch that off. And this is fine china. It's not the best china, but it's pretty decent. So actually, this china is actually made. Where was this one made? In Thailand. So it's China, I guess, instead of China. Is there such a thing as China? Anyway, I really am partial to this method. I had for years purchased bottled soaps for dishes because I have a dishwasher that's broken. And it has been broken for many years. Because it's only me here now, there is no need for me to have it working. It doesn't really matter. I rarely have very many dishes to wash, so hand washing does make more sense. There's less than a gallon of water here, and I can wash all of the dishes I have here. So it's not that big a deal. Of course, rinsing comes next, but I just wanted to go over this with you and just show you. Of course, if you don't use something like this, you can use a cloth that you rub on it. The whole idea of something like this is to, more than anything, is to help you reduce plastic. If you're not having to buy bottles of plastic soap every month or every other month, think of how much plastic you're not putting back into the environment. And as I said, if I sell these, I will sell the replacement pucks to put inside them as well. So, or you can, like I said earlier, you can use any solid soap. You could cut any soap that you may already have to fit something like this or another dish. My point is, this you can reuse for other things. You can either use it for this. This was actually made as a ramekin. It is what you cook little mini souffles in, or desserts, or all sorts of things you can use a ramekin for. Baking little pies. So they're very handy for this kind of a thing. And I've got them in this neutral color. These come in reds and blues and greens, and you can find them in all sorts of colors. Walmart, you can find them on Amazon, many, many places. So don't fret about that. I just got these because I thought these would fit most kitchens. They're just sort of a cream, very simple, not much to them. And I thought the soap and the brush blend so nicely together in a kitchen. It just sits there and doesn't bother anything. Now, as far as using something like this, because it's poured into here, the water doesn't get down in there. So all you have to do, all I do when I'm finished washing dishes, is I would rinse this off. I can't really do it here right now. I don't have the water here, but I rinse it off and then just wipe off the top of it. And then just set it aside in the corner next to the sink. Same with the brush, rinse out the brush. And this I shake out and then store upside down like so, so that it can air dry and it's ready for the next time you do dishes. All right, I hope you enjoyed this, everyone. I know this probably isn't the, I didn't mean to drop that paper down the water. This probably isn't how your day began, watching someone do dishes, but hey, it didn't help. This video kind of helped demonstrate that, yes, anyone can do a dish and sometimes do a dish online. I hope you found something useful in this. If this is something you're interested in, these will be in the shop. These have to age. This is one that I already had made for myself, but the others will be available in March. So if it's something you're interested in, I'm going to sell these in a boxed set, which will come with the dish of soap, will come with the brush, and possibly some other little goodie with it. Maybe a little tube of hand balm after you wash your dishes. that's coming in another video. All right, everyone, have a terrific day. I'm all soapy. So it was great visiting with you, and I'll see you back soon. Goodbye.